like yesterday was the Nebraska primary, and I did something that a lot of people don't do that still complain about politics. I went out and I vote.
What?
Yeah, shocking.
What the fuck would you do that for?
The Roger Stone's conviction is some of the biggest bullshit in American justice in the last 25 years. Okay, the guy was convicted for, in essence, being a bullshit artist and trying to puff up his story a bit. Now, if one can go to prison for puffing up their story and being a bullshit artist, your king of extreme has a lot to fucking worry about. So we got to fucking get to the bottom of this. We got to fucking find a way to exonerate this poor man. So.
Jesus Christ.
All fun. But yeah, I will tip my glass one time for you, Mr. Stone. So sorry that you're going through this nonsense, sir.
Yeah. Fucking
and yes, follow KOE Nation on YouTube. But yes, that is the insider information I will give from Roger Stone.
Yeah. I feel like all of us are in danger if being a bullshit artist is illegal. This entire podcast is fucked.
Well, that is kind of the. Go ahead, T.
No, I'm. Go ahead, by all means.
Well, to me, it's just like what the fuck was he in essence convicted of? Like when you break it down, the reason he actually ended up in court was, again, Tony. He was a disfavored citizen who had a disfavored opinion. And that's why the government, basically Big Brother, turned his eye upon him and he was fucked at that point. And God forbid if Big Brother should ever turn their eye on any one of us or any one of you in the audience, because guess what? You won't stand up to that kind of scrutiny. No one fucking can. So...
Throw the farm up nails it there. If lying to Congress is punishable by 3 years in the pen, then every congressman should have served 18 months to begin their term.
Thank you. Grow the farm up.
That's fair.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Here's kind of the best way I've seen it boiled down. What do you think the role of the government is? Let's go around the table. Tony, what do you think the prime source and role of the government is?
Oh, it's a pretty broad question overall, but really the whole point of the government is to essentially serve us. Like in a roundabout way, they're supposed to direct the traffic and make the tough decisions, but really at the end of the day, the government is supposed to be serving us in our best interests. And that gets completely lost in the shuffle a lot of the time, because you see it every day and every week and every month you collect your paycheck. You know, we're really mostly serving them. But the original idea of the government was they're there to guide us and direct the traffic and serve us. But it doesn't really work like that anymore, no matter how you want to slice that apple.
Okay, interesting. Kevin, what do you think the role of the government is?
I would definitely agree with Tony that the government was originally designed to serve the people, but it's kind of turned into most politicians going in wanting to make a name for themselves, write some bill or like whatever, no matter who it affects. Like they just want to put their name on paper and have it stuck in Congress forever so that they're remembered. Sure. But it's turned into just a lot of like self-serving interests when it comes to politics versus the duty of a politician is to serve the people.
Okay. Phil?
I just want to see what exactly is Tom's question. Can you post it again?
I'm posing the question of Joseph and Tom with my own question of what is the government's role?
The government's role?
That leads to the answers to these questions.
Yeah.
The government's role in any government is to monopolize as much violence as possible in order for it to inflict it on as many citizens as possible if they don't follow their edicts. That's what government is. That is what distinguishes a nation and a government from any other organization is the monopolization of violence and its ability to inflict it upon you. There is no other thing that distinguishes it. What else distinguishes?
So
otherwise, we're talking about corporations. We're talking about churches. We're talking about fraternities. We're talking about any other thing. But if you're not talking about an organization that monopolizes violence in order to inflict it upon whoever it deems needing inflicted upon, you're not talking about a government.
So where I was going with it, that's not the answer I expected from Phil, but I'll take it. That was entertaining. The purpose, or at least what the purpose of the government in America should be, is basically to protect the Bill of Rights in a way, and not. It's funny you guys said serve, because the notion that the government should serve us or provide us with something, it leans credence to how you think things should be handled. I don't think the government should serve or provide anything. They should just protect my right to choose what inalienable rights I have to actually exercise. And they cannot allow somebody to infringe on those. That is it. And then, of course, then it gets beyond that, is what Kevin alluded to, is they're all like, making excess things. But the basic purpose is to protect the Bill of Rights. And when you get beyond the Bill of Rights, none of the things in the Bill of Rights are the government serving to you. Those are things that existed before the government.
The president himself.
They precede the government. Servant. So, yes, sure, he is. But the Bill of Rights,
the top of the government.
Well, you could.
So he's a person.
You could also look at it. Them maintaining our rights is them serving us, because they don't want our rights to be alienated.
Well, what rights? Rights they made up.
No, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, all the preordained things that were established when the United States was founded.
Let me ask you if you agree with this statement, because this is how I have always looked at the concept of rights. Rights are the necessary conditions of one's proper existence. That is all a right is or isn't. There's nothing more, nothing less. I'll say that again. It is the necessary conditions of one's proper existence. All that a government can do is either honor or infringe upon a right. Your rights are not given to you by any god or government. They are given to you by the fact that you are an individual that has a necessary condition to your own proper existence. You have a proper existence and an improper existence. And those are what your rights truly are when you boil them down to its most base pureness.
So that might be where we separate a little bit, because I am a true believer that those rights precede the government, and are they written so the way it's written? If you want to dissect the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, it's written in a way that they precede the government. The government did not exist before these rights existed.
I agree with that. If you misunderstood,
it was a collective. It was the collective group of man that made that decision as a country, that we have these rights, and the government's here to never infringe on those and to protect us from anybody trying to infringe on those.
I've never seen rights as a collective ideal, because an individual has to.
Well, how many people signed it?
Therefore, you are. If you think, therefore you are, that means you have a proper and improper existence, and therefore you have rights. And it isn't dependent on if there is even one other single human being on this entire planet that acknowledges it. You have a proper existence. And that's how I view the idea of rights, is it is not dependent. It could be one person against every other single human being on the entire planet disagrees, but that individual still has rights outside of what the rest of the world thinks. That's
Gotcha.
how I've always looked at it.
So back to the original question is weighing public safety versus freedom. Freedom wins. Public safety is a personal decision. It's like in the public safety. I get it. I am concerned about public safety. I am. And I'm a responsible citizen that's going to say, okay, I'm going to stay away from old people. I'm not going to go into a nursing home or a hospital, and businesses can put up their own restrictions. That's their right to do. And if they do it out of public safety, fantastic. But to tell me I can't do something, that's where I draw the line.
Okay, bringing it in kind of the same lane as the elderly. So you're saying we shouldn't infringe upon any of your rights because it's your right. That's just how it is. Individuals have rights. We as a society have rights. We shouldn't have these rights taken away from this, and that includes whoever you're dealing with, including the elderly. I guess the best example I can think of off the top of my head would be, at what point do you forget about that rule because somebody gets too old? Like the case in when people should have their licenses taken away because they're too old to drive. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Because you're not just being a danger to yourself, you're being a danger to others. I think that fits the narrative perfectly.
Yeah.
Well, is it that takes us into a rabbit hole of the data and the science of our current situation, and if this is really a danger to a lot of people or not, compared to if I have a 97 to some, to very few, to a very small percentage, but
that has yet to be determined.
I don't know. It's pretty well known by now. But anyway, say there's a parade going down
Old
Main Street,
people
and
vote, Tony, it'll never happen.
there's
Let me just go right to the bottom of that one.
If they're dead unless they're voting Democrat. Oh,
well, yeah. Once they die, they vote Democrat. Yeah, but no, that's the that's the as much as I hate to say, like, hey, folks, if you're worried about your segment of society not being served by government enough, vote. Fucking vote. You'd be shocked how much those politicians will bend over backwards if they know you fucking vote. And it's just do that. The people that are 65 and older vote in fucking droves, and look how the government look how the government tries to do things for them in that regard. So sorry, folks. That's just something to keep in mind. Vote, and your government will probably care about your interests a little more.
Yeah.
Now, Tony, it's an interesting point and thought. It is probably something that should come up. I don't know if it's necessarily apples to apples. There's a lot of nuance in between there.
Dr. Phil, but yeah, Oprah, The Rock could do whatever the fuck he wants. If he just wanted to be like, yeah, I guess I'm gonna be president now or whatever, he could be president. If he decided like, yeah, I'm gonna just like run the UN now or whatever, he could do that. Yeah, I'm just going to own an NFL team now or whatever. He could do that. Yeah, I'm just going to, own this state basically and ride horses on it in Montana or whatever. Montana would be like, it's all yours, Rock. It's all yours, man. Like, he could do whatever the fuck he wants, and he should really be complimented for his clemency, his ability to hold back doing any of that shit. Like, he can really do whatever. And yes, follow KOE Nation on YouTube.
I guess my final thoughts on this are going to be, I'm optimistic for that to happen. I'm hopeful that the curve and the peak and all that nonsense is kind of behind us. But regardless of what's going to happen when we start reopening, take everything you hear on the news with a grain of salt. Trust your local news. Don't listen to all the bullshit on CNN or Fox News or MSNBC. Because when we start reopening, they're going to push fear again. It's going to be mass hysteria regardless of who you listen to. Take it with a grain of salt. Pay attention to what's surrounding you locally. Understand the world around you. Because when we start to open back up the world, you've got to look at it as a whole. You've got to look at it as an individual. You've got to look at it locally. It's not the same for everybody. And opinions on Facebook and Twitter don't necessarily justify your opinion agreeing with theirs, because not everybody's in the same boat, even though that was the fucking hot button term that we used a few weeks ago. We're all in this together. Well, we are, but it's not the same fucking boat. So when we start reopening this country, it's going to be different for almost everybody. So keep that in mind. Be optimistic, but at the same time, be a little bit tepid and realize it's not the same for everybody. But again, I've said this so many times, be safe. Continue to do all the things that they suggest. Use the hand sanitizer. Wear the mask if it makes you feel safe. Wear the fucking gloves if you want. Just don't put them in your fucking mouth. And for God's sakes, wash your goddamn hands.
Well before 2016, but 2016 is where the timeline really starts to get important. As we know, we're in the midst of the Trump and Hillary election there. There's a lot of things that happen in the background, and this is what led to the Trump impeachment. Was during that time cycle and that time frame, there was we've all heard of the FISA documents, right? Everybody knows, or at least has heard of what was going on there. This was Christopher Steele was a guy that came up with this dossier. And it was manufactured. Now, most of these dossiers, sometimes they're manufactured, sometimes they're not, but you could base a lot of information off there. So Fusion GPS and Christopher Steele manufactured this dossier, which had no real information. Then the FBI used it to go into a FISA court to get a FISA warrant, and to continue investigations that had stopped in 2014. So they had stopped these investigations and they manufacture this dossier saying, hey, look, there is collusion and corruption and Trump's involved. So they use this fake document to open things up. And then that's where, we get into the who shall not be named, maybe Erica Marshmallow. Do not say the actual name of the CIA operative, later turned to whistleblower. How dare you, even though it's well-known news at this time. So you start getting muddy water already, because now we've talked about, Christopher Steele, we've talked about Fusion GPS, we're talking Peter Strzok involved, calling this as insurance policy against Trump being elected, and then Erica Marshmallow, who you cannot actually say their real name. This was all an investigation attempt against Paul Manafort back in 2014 that the FBI had closed. It was just a way to get them to reopen it. Then the cookies start crumbling a little bit. You have to understand the whole timeline, though, because this has been all levied against Trump from the start. Now, whatever, you've watched some of these shows. Some of you may think I'm a staunch Trump supporter all of a sudden, but I'm pretty critical of him. I think he's an asshat a lot of times, but this is just, it gets blatant after a while when you start going through the timeline and see what they do. They did this, they faked this, they made up fake documentation to open up a fake investigation. And then when you start getting into 2017, 2018, and more people know that this whole thing was fabricated and made up, and they know that it's all made up, and they still are pushing for an investigation, it is just, at a certain point, what was Trump accused of? He was accused of using his political power to possibly collude with a foreign government or to sway an election. That's exactly what the other side did. And they tried to claim he did it and started picking sides. And instead of being journalists, they are just outrage culture, clickbait, wanting money hungry fake news artists. And that's, Trump. How much shit did Trump catch back in the prior election of calling them fake news? He was calling them what they were, and a lot of people weren't hip to it. They didn't realize that half of these news articles you pull up, the first 5 lines are nothing but opinion. There is no news in there. It's all hyperbole, and it's like, me and Phil in a we don't agree on something. So I'm going to write an article about Phil, and I'm going to be like, this preposterous, unkept piece of shit of a man. Like that's not news. That's just my opinion and how I'm just talking shit. But no, that's exactly what they do. Is they paint this narrative before you even get to a news story or get to any fact. They give you their opinion, and then it's subconsciously put into your head of, oh, well, I'm not supposed to like this Phil guy. I can't wait to read more about how bad and nefarious he is. And then by the time you get to it,
not just the fabrication, like that, because a lot of people assume that the fake news tagline means a fabrication of the news. It's not exactly that. They don't really have to make up the news because they're just sharing their warped opinion on said piece of news, and they're skewing it into your opinion without even making the effort. But the other tool that they use is just not reporting the news. Look at the what was it? All the kids in detention because of illegal immigration. Well, once they found out it was not Trump, it was back in 2015 when it was Obama. All of a sudden, the news disappeared completely. So reporting the news or deleting the actual information, I think that's an even more dangerous tool.
Remember the movie V for Vendetta?
Yes.
Do you remember that movie? Okay,
Oh, yeah.
one of the most essential points in that movie is very overlooked, and it's the three dudes sitting in the pub. Okay, and at first the one dude's like, yeah, whatever, okay, yeah, whatever they say, all right, I'll go with that. And by the end of the movie, all three of them are looking at each other. Can you believe this bollocks they're putting on the TV? But that's where the American public is at with news. Like, we just don't believe it anymore. The boy who's cried wolf, the media that's cried crisis too many times, and we're just numb to it now. So
that's it. You're right. Boy who cried wolf, and now almost everybody at some point just refuses to believe what's put in front of them. And it does go back to that tribalism, though, because there's people that refuse to believe anything certain portions of the media say. And then there's some of it's true, though. And now we're going to get to that point where they're actually reporting true stuff and factual stuff and informative, important stuff. And nobody's going to fucking believe it. Because, like you said, they've cried wolf too many times. They've fabricated it too many times.
They have no one but themselves to blame, unfortunately.
No, absolutely.
It's expanding beyond just your regular news sources too. It's getting into whether it be social media, but even here's YouTube. I just looked up Obamagate on YouTube. Remember when you used to look up something on YouTube and you just have a whole bunch of like independent videos and
Yep. I did this too about an hour and a half ago. I did the same thing you did about an hour and a half ago. And yeah, it was all like Washington Post, MSNBC. Obamagate is a stupid conspiracy theory made up by right wingers.
They swear everything on here is not being pushed to the left wing. Okay. Daily Show with Trevor Noah. Now this news. Yeah, that's Guardian News. Fuck. Now this news. Oh, let's see. Finally, we get a Fox News, and then MSNBC, The Hill, Bloomberg, MSNBC again, like in Reuters. That's probably the first one I might actually click on and maybe trust, and depending on who actually did it.
You know why they keep pushing folks like Trevor Noah, John Oliver, and Samantha Bee, even though despite the fact that they're really not. Yeah, but do you know why?
They are.
Like, because Jon Stewart, he was truly brilliant, but he let everybody in the audience laugh once in a while. But the idea is there's a reason why they push these political humorists, and it's because of something known as framing. When you get someone to laugh, you have the potential to change their frame. Someone who's laughed has had their frame or the way that they see a situation shifted. And so it's tremendously persuasive. And that's why they let these John Olivers of the world and Trevor Noahs and Samantha Bees, despite the fact that they're clearly unfunny, they're basically just kind of trying to copy paste what Jon Stewart did. But, what Jon Stewart did required actual talent and had to have a certain charisma. With these three, if you happen to laugh in the middle of their finger wagging lectures, that is incidental. And now that they've lost their audiences, it's actually kind of hilarious to watch how badly they fucking suck. Like, oh my God, John Oliver is unwatchable without his little clapping seals there to agree with him. So yeah, it's it has been kind of, like, since you said Trevor Noah, I had to bring that up. That's why he's being pushed, is because when you use humor, it allows people to change their framing. And so it is kind of, as much as I hate to say, a subtle form of attempted brainwashing. Hey, I'm a big conservative. Hey, I'm here on this lefty college campus. Am I a touch unwelcome?
Yeah.
That's his gimmick, and so he's trying to infringe on the Crowder gimmick.
I like that, and when they go to, if they go to like a Hillary rally and they start saying, "Well, Trump's suggesting that they do this," and it's actually one of Hillary's policies. Like, oh yeah, just can't believe he would do that. Or they flip it back around, like, oh, Hillary wants to do this, and it's actually Trump's idea. And they're, oh, I could really get behind that. What a great idea! She's a visionary. It just cracks me up because that's how easily manipulated people are, and the people that take the time to go out to these rallies, that's how easily manipulated they are. So what does it tell you about the rallying process? It's nothing but sheep and people who don't actually give a shit about what it is that they're rallying for. They're identifying with a candidate, and that's all it is. They're identifying with a tribal party, like you said, Phil. They don't actually care about the issues. They don't care about the politics. They just care about fitting in and belonging to the brand that they supposedly support.
So, Tony, you think this isn't going to catch a lot of traction, huh?
Oh, I never said that. Boy, talk about taking things out of context.
Well, no, it's like
news.
You're fake news.
You're talking about like, yeah, people aren't really going to pay attention, and we're going to move on. Like, I don't know, man. I think this one.
That's not what I said. No, what I said
Fake
was
news.
this is a great way to distract people right now during the coronavirus propaganda machine, and while we're reopening the country, because Donald Trump says we are reopening with or without a vaccine. It's going to be without, obviously. This is going to be a great tool to help do that a little more seamlessly, because people that are already sick of all that are going to be able to use this as a catalyst to justify doing so. So I don't think that this isn't going to gain traction. Obviously, this is a huge scandal, but again, we've already gone through how many of those this year alone, in the last calendar year. Hell, how many acts of treason, how many conspiracies, how much collusion? It's coming from every side. People are a little burned out on it. So it's not that it's not going to get traction. It's that we've heard this song and dance before on both sides. And I'm sure that there's going to be more things that pop up that people will want to focus on for a little while.
I can't wait till the day we have a political system in place to where there's no controversy, fighting or arguing. Oh, wait. Sorry.
Have you like studied human beings for like even 5 minutes? Like,
Are you on DMT?
Yeah,
So,
there you go.
without further ado, folks, I, Tony G, am about to enjoy a Yingling Light, one of my absolute favorite beers, here for you all. I brought me a nice glass to drink it out of. And after this one, I have a 30-pack of Busch Light because I didn't want to drink a bunch of good stuff in quantity. So, here's to you, Andre. Wish us luck.
Whoa!
Nice.
Killed that pint there, son. Whoa!
That's a pretty good number.
So, Phil, you're the. Oh, we'll watch Tony. He's dreamed of this since he was a little boy,
Oh,
chugging beer live. I think we all dreamed of that at one point.
That's a good start.
He puts liquids in his mouth at a fast rate.
Oh my!
Let's see.
Not going to do that again for a while.
Yeah,
Jesus
take reason.
Christ, Tony, what are you doing after the show?
For like 10 minutes.
I got some catching up to do. You guys started like 3 hours ago.
I want to make that 52 because
Oh, there we go.
when I was in college, me and a couple of roommates really liked Newcastle. I wasn't that into it, but I'd have one with them. And so when I saw Newcastle, I was like, well, let's see if this is at least half as good as I remember it. So, folks, let's see if this is.
God, I'm so sorry.
The old stuff was better. The new Newcastle is terrible.
Is that the
What happened to Newcastle?
back then?
I'm so fucking sorry, Phil. Oh, they changed the recipe. It's awful now. Oh, I'm so sorry, Phil.
Phil,
This is
can
like
you
new
describe it?
Here
Coke.
for you.
What the fuck? This is like new Coke. Why?
It's just like it's butt castle. Yes.
This is awful. I'm not enjoying this at all. This Newcastle new recipe, this new Coke. Yes, I'm not enjoying it, but Yeah, keep the camera here, folks, because I am not going to like myself in about 20 to 30 seconds from now. But to quote GG motherfucking
Chug it,
Allen,
get it over with.
Oh,
yo!
Yeah!
oh, yeah,
Ziggy
Get it,
zaggy,
Bill.
ziggy zaggy, oi, oi, oi.
yes.
Ziggy zaggy, ziggy.
That's bad. Why did I do that?
Phil, let me know when you crack another.
I'm getting there.
They don't matter.
All right, fuck it.
No,
I gotta
dude,
get,
they're
I gotta
mad.
catch
They're
up to
getting,
Phil.
they're getting mad
Gotta
because
catch up
the
to
dude
Phil.
was like shooting.
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
We got Justin down for another as well.
There was a guy.
I was actually hesitant to even bring this up, but I told Lindsay before we started this about a week ago. I actually had a dream that it was this night, and we were doing it, and we were an hour in, and we'd already hit the goal, and we were like, "Well, I don't know what the fuck to do now." We're damn near there already, and we're only an hour 5 minutes in.
Yep, we are 88.
Well.
Is it 88 beers or 85? I think we're at 88 now.
Let's keep
Yeah,
this
three
train
more
rolling.
guys.
88.
So we're at 88.
And I
Jeez,
just heard a
traffic
train as soon
guy.
as I fucking said that. Did
Jeez,
you guys hear the
traffic
train when
guy.
I said that? That's fucking awesome. That's fucking sweet. I don't care.
But yes, if you,
It's like, why do you start out with this guy first?
yeah, he's just like, well, great, a giant, great.
Yeah. You know, Tony, what's your thoughts? Oh shit, he's peeing.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Lynn, what are your? Oh shit, he's peeing.
Hey, Buddha, what's your thoughts?
Yeah. Hey, Buddha.
Hi. Oh, he can't.
Oh,
Oh,
that's right.
yeah.
I muted him because I could hear Tony bitching in the background.
Like,
Kind
Hey, Buddha. Now he can hear you.
How are you?
Good.
Pretty good.
hello,
What the
hello,
fuck?
Buddha.
Hold on. Keep him
Buddha,
there.
AKA
Keep him there.
Buddha, aka Goldilocks, aka Mad Dog. How we doing there, sir?
That is the weirdest damn thing we've ever done
That
on this
looked
show.
like a special neighbor who came in. Like, hey guys.
Is there somebody
Yeah.
in the window?
Yeah, that was Tony. I'm saying this is the weirdest thing we ever just shown on the show. We showed some weird shit. That was just creepy.
Back.
Hey, there's
missed
the
out on
peeping
most of
Tom.
that.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
How much
okay.
for that doggy in the window?
Okay, we need to up.
Stop. Just a second. Hang on.
Where are we at?
We're like one away.
Hang on. Hang
What?
on.
What's the number?
Get it,
Wait.
Because
Tony.
I'm ready.
Breaking news.
Get it, Tony.
All right, let's do this.
Just a second.
You can't be the only one.
Done.
No,
Let's fucking kill this together.
Sorry,
All
Oh,
right.
God, I got head.
Got that much off mine, so
Guys, I got head.
wait for
I got
it.
head.
Well done.
Rub your nose.
Well
Rub your
done,
nose.
sir. Well done.
Let me
Rub your nose.
relax that for a second.
Not sorry. Nobody tells me to wait to drink.
So
There it
I
is.
believe we're at either 115 or 116 if my counts are correct. So
No, your count is incorrect. This right here that I just poured, 117, folks.
Oh, I figured it. Chug it.
Drink it first. Drink it quick. Hurry, chicken.
Let's-
Drink it.
let's kill
Drink
it.
it now. Drink it quick.
Damn, that was a tie.
mine wasn't as full as his. Tony's way faster at drinking that.
Tony went, wow, 117 beers. We
Put that on
did
the
it,
ticker.
folks. We fucking got
I think
there.
that's 119, but okay.
It's good shit. Tony, Bush Light.
Oh,
man.
Phil.
No, are you drinking the Bush Latte?
He
Bush
is.
Latte?
Phil, I got to ask, when was the last time you had a Bush Light?
Never.
Latte.
Bullshit. You tasted a Bush Light before.
God, I can't recall. It's been more than 5 years.
Okay. Take a drink. Just describe to us how that tastes to you.
God awful. It's like somebody took a shit in my mouth.
It's like nothing there. Like, I don't know how to describe. Like after all these different beers, it's like there's nothing there. Like it's just empty taste.
It's like water from the bush.
I was just grabbing a
Oh.
beer, buddy.
I don't know how to describe
It's-
it, man. It's just like
I just
It's
finished
going
a beer.
down
I had to grab one out of my
smoother
Hey,
than
when you
some
get-
of the other beers. It is going down smoother than
another?
other beers, but still.
Yep.
Yeah, mark me down. I am at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ugh.
Got it.
dude, hey, Phil. Hey,
Yes.
out of everybody here, I would like to just extend my apologies for the fact that you had to drink so much garbage tonight. You had fucking
God.
Newcastle. You've had to drink fucking Bush latte, and what else shit beer did you drink? Oh, it was that Sam Adams fucking honeysuckle
Yeah.
butt fart fucking beer that you fucking drank.
Yep, that one.
Sam Adams. I didn't know that was what. Let me check the label. I don't think it says honeysuckle butt fart, but I am definitely
close.
stealing that line for future references.
It's pretty fucking close.
We have been deep into the hops and the barley. We are swimming in it at this point, and we need your help. We need you to throw us a lifeline, to throw us just one more beer. You can pull it out of you, folks. I know you got it.
You need some inspiration. I got you covered here. I'm gonna give you inspiration. You got that half, 3/4 glass left. Let's fucking do this together. Let's get that.
Oh, fuck.
Let's fucking shake it up a little bit. Let's get that going.
Oh,
That first big swallow is a little tough sometimes. Mm.
Damn.
Mm.
Damn.
Whew.
Okay. All right.
Your mom. No.
Okay. Okay. Whew. All right. I just poured this.
For Andre, yeah. All right.
So
Okay.
there's two more down
Tony,
from just
I
the
am
show.
really not looking forward to finishing this, but
Ah,
you know
fuck.
what? For Andre, I got to do it.
He's trying. He's going. He's going. He's going. He's got it.
Chicken, saggy. Oi, oi, oi.
Oi!
Chicken, saggy. Oi.
Mm.
Oh, fuck, he had to double tap it.
Ugh.
All right.
Ugh.
Okay. No.
Possibly.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No. Wait.
Hey, it's all women's fault.
Wait.
For
Wait.
your beer glass.
Wait.
For your fucking pussy ass beer.
Wait.
That's why Guinness is fucking Guinness.
1 second, guys. Are we going to completely ignore the fact that Tom Hanks in
Yeah,
League
Guinness
of Their Own
Man, beer.
was one of the greatest movies of all time? They really fucking just nailed it home when all the men went off to war and the women played baseball. Come on, let's not ignore that.
Shut the fuck up.
Jesus,
What does that have to do with fucking life
fuck
beer?
you, fuck you.
Well,
There's no crying and beer drinking.
well.
Oh, that was the best reaction out of Tony ever.
Well, you motherfucker! And then, like, no, just done.
Shut the fuck up.
Well,
There's no crying in baseball.
There's no crying. An Andre's beer drinking challenge. Tony, get your fucking ass back on the horse. Get your ass back on the podcast. Let's have a drink.
yeah, we only got 2 beers left, folks. I know out there in the audience, here in the studios, we've got it within us. I'm bringing down this tall boy of Budweiser, so I helped get us there, folks. I don't know if I'm going to be able to
Kid
finish
is
this.
the best
Get another
fucking
one.
Nintendo game of
Oh,
all
God.
time.
He's bringing up Cowboy Kid. Hey, this is about Andre. if you bring up Cowboy Kid, Lynn can bring up sex fucking predators again. Okay.
Yeah, no, please,
You're not
no
bringing up
cowboy
sex
kid.
robots.
No, we can-
Hey,
No, not sex robots, sex predators.
Bam.
Thank you, Dakota. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We are one beer away. Chicken. Can
Oh
you sing-
shit! Wait, look. Shit.
There he is.
Done.
Oh shit!
Lynn
We just
kills
need
it for us.
I was
What?
waiting
Yeah,
for
that
that
one
last.
already counted. I
last
already had that
one.
one counted.
Are
I
you
already had
aware?
that one
We can-
counted.
One more. No, that one you
Ah.
counted that one. Chicken or
Just
Lynn needs to
16,
drink
so I
one
went
more
that.
beer. One
What
more beer.
the
Lynn.
fuck ever.
What
He
the
got
Count
fuck?
it.
one more in you.
Is it going
I'm
again?
done.
Lynn, you got one more
Nope,
in
I'm
you.
done.
Oh.
Nope,
No.
Well, it's only
That's-
I'm
appropriate,
done.
folks. It's up to us in the audience, or it's
Okay.
up to us here, the Dog and Chicken Show.
Chicken.
Cast.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit! Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it one shot and then he? Oh,
Yeah.
he
Yep.
got it.
Okay.
Open that.
Okay.
Chicken.
Okay.
Well done, sir.
Can he do
Oh,
it? Can
Is
he
going
do
for
it?
the last one? Oh, he's got
God.
to clear out.
No, there's one more.
Oh!
I guess Phil. No, there's one more. Phil's got to drink a full beer now.
Oh no, I already cracked this one. I'm already into it.
Oh,
So,
wait,
Take
oh,
a sip. Take a
Tony,
sip.
Tony's got to do 7 more beers.
What? No.
this is the last beer. Chicken, you gotta get it down. Oh no,
Take a sip.
family distractions. The podcast's fucking arch nemesis. Family distractions.
Dead air from Hammer.
Yes.
Hammer
yes.
laid the dead air.
Chicken,
Yes,
here we
sorry.
go. Oh no, can he get? Oh, there we go.
Ah!
Yes, 150.
15 for chicken. That
Oh,
is how you do it.
Oh,
you counted one, and then yeah. I don't understand the counting methods, but all right, we're good.
Yeah, I don't know. I just keep drinking.
At this point, that would not surprise me. No,
I don't
100.
know. They're like, yeah, we got one more beer. I'm like, okay, here it is, and I finished it. And you're like, we got another beer after that.
Because I already
Yeah, we
counted
did.
it when you cracked it.
Yours made two beers left, and there's one. Chicken, can you down
Lynn,
that?
Lynn, in your honor, sir.
Oh,
God.
Yes, go drink it.
oh shit!
Drink
Is he
it.
gonna? Is he gonna? Oh!
Ah!
It's over.
156 beers, folks,
There,
in
it's done.
one night, in honor
Ah.
of the boss, Andre the Giant. We conquered 115. We flew past 117. We flew right past 119, and we landed here at the top, the mountaintop of Andre the Giant Legends. 156 beers in one night,
Oh
folks.
no!
You're full of
No!
shit, Tom. Tom,
No!
you are a lying rapscallion. Ne'er do well.
Bad.
No, sir. That is fake news.